Hello and welcome to my little allotment. Coming up is a varied look at the world of growing your own food. And this time around we start off with the humble beetroot. Few people know that in the early 70s, rock god Lemmy, whilst touring with Hawkwind, lived almost exclusively off a diet of pickled beetroots. It was cheap, highly nutritious, and encouraged the attention of many female fans eager to participate in a beetroot salad with Mr. Kilminster after the gigs. So this is a baby beetroot growing in a tea bag. It was a seed 4 days ago, and it's made itself at home in one of my Earl Grey tea bags, but it's too small to go in the ground. So let's get one that's a little bit bigger and get it in the ground. So time to start digging, and guess what? I'm on my knees again. This is a really nice bit of the allotment. The soil here is really soft. We used to have a fire here, and all that carbon has broken down. It's gone into the soil, and it's really kind of makes it super soft and very, very nutritious. Although don't eat it. Pretty much everything I put in the ground here can do with a little soft bed to go in. So let's get some of this compost in before our little beetroot settles down for the night. That's the compost done. So time to put these little beetroots in. There's quite a lot of heavy work to be done on an allotment, but got to be really gentle with some of the things as well. So this is a really small part of the allotment. I mean, it's a luxury having all this space, but it's a luxury having a garden. But a small part of it can produce loads of vegetables. So that's the first one in. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2 in the ground. If they're good enough for Lemmy, they're good enough for anybody. Beetroots, just dig them up, eat them, they're lovely. It was also rumoured that Lemmy used to roast his beetroots in the back of his Marshall amplifier, ready for a tasty treat of a snack post-gig. So get your ace of spades, let's go plant some beetroot. It's a hangover cure, as it cleanses the liver. It's an aphrodisiac, and a hair dye too. It was first cultivated by the Romans. What did they ever give us? And the ancient Greeks used it medicinally as a cure for constipation. Beetroots were used by the MCC as early cricket balls. Can you believe that? Now you can grow them on a doorstep, any little bucket or any outside space. So I'm really lucky to have an allotment. I mean, it's a good sized allotment. I'm super lucky to have this, but you don't need an allotment this size to be growing your own vegetables. You could do it on a doorstep, on a windowsill, a small grow bag, you know, and the difference between vegetables that you grow yourself and stuff you get from the shops, you'll really notice the difference. They taste really nice, and it's such a satisfying thing to do in a small space. A recycle bin, you can use a recycle bin to grow potatoes or onions or beetroots, you know. You don't need a lot of space. Time now to ask the rock gardener. Keith in Richmond is having a problem with his tomatoes. The leaves are going black and they're wilting. I'm sorry mate, you've got blight. It's an airborne disease, so it could well have come over the fence from your neighbour Mr. Jagger's greenhouse. My advice? Crop your tomatoes now and make some green tomato chutney with them. Delicious. I've had a message from a Henrik in Sweden. Of course, Sweden, they've got a much shorter growing season, which presents its own challenges. But Henrik, he's got black spots on his turnips. I'm afraid it's fungal, and it probably is your seeds. My suggestion? Try pathogen-free seeds and make sure you rotate your crops every year. I've had a text from Jeff in East Grinstead. Now he's getting kinks in his hose all day and all of the night. Now Jeff, you've bought cheap. If you buy cheap, you buy twice. Now my advice, invest in a good quality hose with a multi-spray nozzle. That way, your delicate little seedlings will enjoy a gentle misting, and the more hardy guys will get a good old squirt. Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this and possibly learned something along the way. And as for the little rock star stories, well, they could be true, or not, but you'd love them to be true, wouldn't you? So until next time, enjoy your gardening. And here's how to get in touch with me, the Rock Gardener.